Hello and welcome once again, good people. Good to see you once again. Welcome back to this channel. Today in this video, we want to look at quadratic functions, but specifically, we want to talk about finding the equation. We want to find the equation. We want to name the equation. We want to derive an equation given a quadratic function which is in the form of a basic, in the standard form. So for example, we're given f of x is equal to ax squared plus q, and this is f of x is equal to ax squared plus q, and we need to find the solution. On this graph, obviously, this is a quadratic function. How do we see the quadratic function? We have x squared. So what does the A and the Q stand for? This is just the magnitude of the graph, and the Q, it means we're shifting the graph Q units up or Q units down. And also Q represents the intercept with the y-axis. Now, given this formula, we are going to first consider what the y-intercept. So let's say let me rewrite this to say fx is equal to ax squared plus q, ax squared plus q. What I'm going to do, I'm going to replace this f of x with y to say y is equal to ax squared plus q. I can write this one as that it's one and the same thing. Now, having done that, I'm going to look at this q, and we know that y and q is actually the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is this where the graph cuts the y-intercept, and I find that the value here is 3. So I will come here and say y is equal to ax squared plus 3. I now have replaced my q with a 3. And what is our next step? Our next step is I want to substitute point 2 and 7 into the equation. If I call this one 1, let me just substitute that into 1. So it means I'm taking this point and replace it there. When we have a coordinate like this, we obviously know that this one represents our x-axis and this one represents our y-axis. So, knowing that this is x, this is y, I'm going to take my y and put it in place of here. So my y is 7, I'll take the 7 and put it here because I'm told that this is y, which is 7. So here I'm going to say 7 is equal to, this value is in x, so I'll rewrite my a and come here to write my x. My x is 2, but remember there's a squared and then plus 3. So this simplifies to 7 is equal to 4 times a, because 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times a is 4a plus 3. So I'll take this 3 to the other side of the equation, that becomes 7 minus 3 is equal to 4a. So this means 4a is equal to 4, and when I divide by 4 both sides, a, let me rewrite this one. Let me start by using the space on top here to say, we said 4 is equal to 4a. So if I divide by 4, I divide by 4, that cancels, so the value of a is equal to 1. So I now know what a is. It means if we carry on with this, we are going to take this equation and use all the values that we have come up with and put into this equation. So our equation is y is equal to a x squared plus 3. We now know what y a is. So in place of a, we're going to write a 1 x squared plus 3. Can you see the way I wrote my 1 here? Because that's an invisible one. If it was a 2, I was going to write a 2. But 1 is the same as x squared plus 3. So this is basically our equation for our this is basically the equation that we have derived from the given information, point 2 and 7, as well as the y-intercept, which is y-intercept 3.